94.9 FML with Fook and Mishell. When does My Husband's Not Gay on TLC? When does that come out?
I think it's premiering this Sunday.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm just reading a few headlines. Gay advocates assail new TV show My Husband's Not Gay. TLC's My Husband's Not Gay show shot in Salt Lake City, causing outrage.
80,000 people sign a petition requesting TLC cancel My Husband's Not Gay.
As the 80,000 people who are saying, oh, your husband's gay. I mean, that's their implicit way of saying, your husband's gay. So at least there's 80,000, but we thought...
Ask them. There's 80,000 of them.
We'd get a gay man's perspective on all aspects of this show. And Ty is on the phone. And Ty, what do you think? Are these husbands gay?
Well, I think it's pretty clear the husbands are gay. They all admit to being attracted to men. So, in my opinion, that's what gay is.
It's most people's definition of gay. And Shell, when we talked about this off air, she's like, well, they're at least bi.
They're at least bisexual if they're being truthful about liking and loving their wives, then they're at least bisexual.
Do gay people refer to bi men as gay?
Yeah, usually usually when it comes to men, I think of bisexuality as like a transitional state. Like you're bisexual until you're comfortable saying you're gay.
Right.
Or you're just bi-curious, and then you're like, no, just kidding, that wasn't a thing.
I haven't really found a lot of guys. Like, I think that's more common in women than men. Usually with men, it's kind of a bigger step.
Ty, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but my feeling about guys that say, all right, I'm attracted to men, or even guys, and you might know some more than I do, that say, yeah, I'm gay, but I live with a woman, I'm married to a woman, and I love her. Does this sound disingenuous to you?
Well, see, that part, not necessarily. I could see how somebody could be in love with somebody and be like, this is the person I want to spend my life with, even though it's not necessarily the person I want to have sex with. Like, that makes sense with me. I have some good girlfriends that I wouldn't necessarily mind, I guess kind of committing to, because it would be easier than trying to be in a relationship with a man. That's, I don't know. I'm not big on marriage for myself. So I think for me it would be more about friendship, and that part makes sense.
That seems like you would love them, but you wouldn't be in love with them.
Yeah, and definitely not trying to pretend to want to have sex with them. I don't get that part.
Yeah, aren't we all evolved enough to admit that you don't have to be attracted to the person you want to spend the rest of your life with? I mean, that's most 45-year-old dudes' definition of marriage.
That's where I can kind of understand it. That's where, like, to me, it doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. I don't really know that it's irresponsible. I think for right now, Glad may have run out of things to do. And because I don't really see how it's so irresponsible. It just seems like, like people trying another thing.
What does GLAAD stand for? The Gay Lesbian...
Is it the Gay Lesbians Against Anti... Well, I forget. I know it's anti-defamation.
They make fantastic trash bags. That's all I know. You mentioned the word irresponsible, so you don't think that TLC is irresponsible for airing this sham of a show? That how dare they gloss over that these dudes are super-duper gay?
TLC has been irresponsible for a long time. They air 600 pounds and counting. They are 600. My 600-pound life.
My girlfriend loves that show.
Counting. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Like, a lot of what they air is pretty irresponsible, So, I mean, I think it's fair of them that now they're doing the gays as well.
Okay.
One more notch on the belt.
Do you feel sorry for the wives in this show?
I don't feel sorry for the wives at all, because I think from the little bit that I saw on the trailer or the clip, they seem to be going into it with open eyes.
Would you call them F-hags?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I think they are, at the very least, fruit flies. And as far as me personally I was in a relationship like that when I was 19. I was, with a guy that was living with a girl, and she knew, and it was such a mess that I would never do that again.
Now, the traditional fruit fly, though, is one that sort of tags along to gay clubs and goes dancing, and then goes home and porks her boyfriend or whatever, has her own hetero life outside of that. These women are just...
I think they're to the extreme where they're in love with the gay guy.
Yeah, but I don't think they go like dancing with them until 4 a.m. at Club Jam or the Manhole.
I don't tie
with them.
No, you're talking about the new school fruit fly that does that has a life of her own. Because like the old school, when I was younger, fruit fly would go with the guys and then cry outside of the club when the guy would hook up with another guy because somewhere in her mind she thought it was going to turn around for her.
Okay, yes. No, I believe that fits this stereotype. This is the old school fruit fly we're talking about here. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and so these ladies are closer to that, really, because I see that part I do feel sorry for them on, because I think some part of them thinks that they're going to change him or he's going to actually one day be fully straight.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we asked these women, so, you say you love your husband the way he is, but would you love it if he wasn't? Would you love him more if he wasn't? And I'd be shocked if they were like, oh my God, I would love it if he would just not be gay. Even though he's not gay. My husband's not gay. I'd love it if he wasn't.
Well, one of the women said, I love my husband and I wouldn't change a thing about him. And I was like, I doubt that's true. I bet you would change that about him.
Now I'm thinking about the reverse of this show from a gay man's perspective, as in two gay guys that are living together, committed, possibly married, possibly not. My husband's not straight, even though he sleeps with women.
I would never do that either, though. I have friends that are into that, like messing with quote-unquote straight guys, but for me, that's just not, I have no interest. I'm too gay at this point.
Ty,
You're not into converting guys?
No, definitely not. I don't like the whole, you got to be all the way gay for me to pay attention to you. I want you to know what it is you want and be comfortable with it.
Right on. Ty, thank you so much, man. These are good thoughts. Appreciate your call.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
All right, Ty.
I think off of what Ty was saying, then your suggestion might work more with lesbians because it seems like girls' sexuality is more fluid. So it would be a lesbian show being like, my girlfriend's not straight.
Now, I'm thinking now
she actually is.
Maybe they could have avoided the controversy in the show if they simply titled it, My Husband's Gay, but says he isn't. That seems like a more straightforward to approach with what's going on here, instead of everybody in this show seems to have blinders on.
Oh yeah, they're in denial.
Yeah. About the perspective of this thing.
Or my husband's not gay, question mark?
Right. That would have been better too.
Yeah.
Ty was pretty good. Now we've been in a little bit of an OGG flux. Our official gay guy is no longer our official gay guy, and Ty's not our official gay guy, but I guess Ty could be our official gay guy. But
he's our third or fourth gay guy.
High turnover.
That could possibly be our official one.
Yeah, so we're kind of auditioning for, and it's not that serious, but for an official gay guy. And if you're into it, 456-700-0949, and you'd be on this swell little audio piece.
You down with OGG?
Yeah, you know me.
You down with OGG?
Yeah, you know me.
Who down with OGG?
Every last homo.
So you can submit if you're into it. You can also tweet us at FML 949.